Hi, I'm Jessica Allen, and I want to give a huge thank you to Jeff and Mackenzie Rollins and Hope Family Care Ministries for inviting me to share with you. I am an author and a speaker, and my area of expertise is grief, which is the worst area of expertise ever. And if you are watching this video, if you found your way to this Facebook group, you too are an expert on grief because you are navigating it in your life right now. And my prayer, my hope is that at some moment today that there is some pocket of peace where you feel nothing but loved and held and treasured and valued and cared for, because you are. This is an amazing resource, an amazing ministry that lifts people up during the hardest parts of our grief experience. And I'm so tickled to share with you just a little bit about my grief experience today, and to share with you a little bit about my book that I wrote as a resource for bereaved parents. And so, again, my name is Jessica. I'm married to my husband, Jack. We've been married for almost 16 years. We have 3 living children. Our daughter, Grace, is 11. Our son, Jackson, is about to turn 10. And our little guy, Elisha, is 2. And our son in heaven, LJ, is the one who started it all, and he was our first. When nobody tells you about building a family, I know you know this, it's not always easy, and it wasn't easy for us. And after several miscarriages early on in the process, it just knocked the wind out of my sails. And so when we found out we were expecting our son, we made the decision. I left my job and I stayed at home to raise him when he was born. But what we did not expect is that he would be born 14 weeks early and live for just 17 days before he passed away. And his life was a miracle. It never occurred to me even once that we wouldn't be bringing him home to our sweet yellow nursery. And so when he died, something in me just snapped. It changed everything I thought I knew about my faith. It changed everything I thought I knew about God. It changed everything I thought I knew about myself and my marriage and my community. And I remember making the conscious decision one day in my shock delirium. I can either run as far away from God as I can in the opposite direction, or I can make the decision to hang on for dear life. And I chose to hang on, ultimately because I knew that God knows loss, because he too lost a son. And secondly, the only thing that felt more scary to me than losing our son was the idea of losing what was left of my faith foundation too. And so I decided to stay. Now, it wasn't real pretty. Like, we weren't friends. This was kind of a breakup. Like, I need you to stay over there, God. And I don't want to hear anything from you, and I don't want to talk to you, and I definitely don't want anything comforting from you, but I'll let you know when I'm ready again. And in my desperation to fix it, to fix what had happened, I turned to every resource I could possibly find. Books, articles, medical journals. I went into fix-it mode, and nothing I read could fix it, because nothing could fix it, right? Nothing can fix a loss as traumatic as losing a child. And so much life, and many years later, as we approached the 10-year anniversary of our son's passing, this was now almost 2 years ago, which is surreal. Approaching the 10-year anniversary of our son's passing, his birth and death, I couldn't ignore it anymore. And it was like a constant little drip that was saying, write the book, write the book, write the book. And I finally did. I broke down and I cried and I yelled at God and I said, I don't want to write it. It's too hard and it's too scary. And he said, too bad. And so that is where this little book came from. It's called Joy Comes in the Morning. It's little because LJ was little. And it's the book that I wish I had. It is not a scientific journal. It is not a clinical walk through the 5 stages of grief, although that's in here. This is the book I needed. I needed to know how a real, live human person went from feeling shattered beyond repair to finding some kind of sense of hope and resilience and a path forward. Grief is not linear, it's cyclical. And I don't think we're really ever done. And so, this book is almost 2 years old now, and I'm 2 years young, and I'm still learning. There are things that, this needs a second edition and a third edition, but the first one's really good. And it is available exclusively through my website, which is www.heartfullypresent.com, all one word, heartfullypresent.com. And it's available in paperback, and it is also available in ebook form. There is a bundle as well. These are great little gifts if you know someone who is hurting. And while, again, my specific experience, my lived experience is child loss, there are aspects of grief and grieving that are applicable across the board in here. This is my real experience navigating the 5 stages of grief, and it's woven into the story of our son's birth and life and passing, and the growth of our family and the evolution of our marriage through that whole process. And so I hope it's a blessing to you. If you have any questions, please visit me on my website, send me a message. All of my social handles are the same thing, Heartfully Present, all one word, and I would love to connect with you there. Love and joy and peace to you, and may joy never feel too far away. Much love to you.